Today on the Automotive Men's Shed, things get a little heated. That's
yeah, basically, because that's exactly what you do.
Bashed as a kid, like
yeah, seriously, someone dropped you on your head.
yeah. Like,
today I'm going to get stuck in pulling apart the VL and seeing how far we can get on this thing over the next week or two.
VL recap for all of you guys that have come on and started following us recently on the channel, whether it's here on YouTube or on our Instagram page. Welcome, first of all.
Yes, welcome.
We've had a great turnout lately.
We have actually. We've had, again, thank you very much for everyone who's decided to follow on with our collective and the cause. The support is much appreciated.
Yeah, it seems like the message that we've been telling people and ourselves for now on a year.
Yeah, just on
it's pretty much bang on a year. I think we're a week short. But that message seems to be resonating with everyone, and that's starting to really gain some traction. And on the back of that traction has been us introducing you to our VL project.
Our VL project, yes.
So
at this stage, I have basically got the car 95% dismantled. There is a lot of rust in and around the front windscreen, which was expected. I'm really hoping I don't have to pull the dashboard out to have to repair all that. All the plastics are basically been repaired and under primer and basically ready for paint. And then basically over the next week or two, I will start getting stuck into the bodywork, the small repairs, the rust repairs, and getting the body done.
What's the plan in terms of the rust repairs? How are we going about that?
So basically the whole idea is to get in there, get it all wire brushed and get it cleaned up, and to find out how severe and how thin the metal is. From there we'll discuss what panels or pieces might need to be replaced. Hopefully none of it needs to be replaced. We can just weld up the holes, recondition and repaint. But that'll be something that I'll show you guys along the way anyway. But again, we won't really know until I start grinding and making a mess.
Which is how it goes, you know, with any of these restorations, depending on how far gone it is. It's either the full cut and shut or kind of job, or it doesn't pan out like that. So we'll just wait and see. But obviously, whichever method we're going to go down and whatever needs to happen, it's obviously going to be the best thing for the car, for the overall result, and obviously for the customer. Especially in this case, because this is a contracted job, everything has to be all T's crossed and I's dotted on that.
It's coming along. It's definitely coming along.
And it's like anything, guys, you know, your life doesn't always go as planned. In fact, we talk about this daily, nearly. It almost never goes as planned. So, you know, initially it was the plan to get it knocked over in a certain amount of time. And then we had on the CanFit Automotive accessory side of things, where Brett and I do spend most of our time doing things rather than in the full-time restoration business at the moment. But yeah, we had plenty of really large projects in that respect, which we'll share with you guys too very shortly, but never goes as planned. Never goes as planned,
but we could take it in your stride, and that's just the way it is.
And you've got another project coming up in an MR2.
Yes, so this one we haven't really told anyone too much about. It was sort of off the cuff type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's a Mark 1 MR2, one of the original, the small little things. We've got a video coming for that hopefully in the next couple of weeks as well. So
yeah, we're going to have a full rundown on that, including when Lindsay, the young lady, drops the car off at our workspace there, and yeah, all the process from start to finish. We've talked about how we want to put that video together for you guys, so hopefully there's a bit of value in that for you as well.
Yes. Lots
of exciting stuff happening. We've got a lot of things we're trying to do all at once, and we'd like to try and do as many of them at once as we can. The thing about life is, and this is a point I've actually circled back to a couple of times today and haven't necessarily put a dot point on it, life isn't supposed to be easy.
No.
It isn't.
No.
Because if it was, we wouldn't be grateful for the good things that we do have. The fact that it's hard makes us grateful for the things that we do have.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't hard, then we wouldn't appreciate those things at all.
100%.
So it's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to go through struggle. You're supposed to have anxiety. You're supposed to fucking push forward, because that's the idea. Having those things gets you going. Anxiety is a leftover from when we were cavemen.
Yes.
It keeps you at like a heightened sense of like
danger,
ready to respond to danger at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
So in the modern day, anxiety is now maybe caused by stupidity to a degree.
Yep.
or caused by overthinking or caused by whatever, right? Everyone's situation is different, and I'm not here to judge anyone.
No.
I get anxious about shit all the time, but I do work on it so that I deal with it better.
Yes.
So that I recognize if I'm getting anxious, I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because it means that now I'm getting uncomfortable, and the more uncomfortable you get, the more progress you're going to make.
Exactly. If it scares you, you should do it.
That's right.
If it scares you, you should do it. If there's something there that's stopping you or holding you back, whether it's your own excuses, it's your own mindset, or whatever it might be, but if there's something in your life right now that you're not doing out of fear or anxiety or whatever it is, ask yourself the question why, and then do it anyway.
You have to approach it like that. You really do. The idea of just sitting on the beach and sipping mojitos as like, oh, if I could just do that all day, I'd be happy.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd love that for like maybe, I don't know, I've never had a long enough holiday, but maybe like a week or two
and then
of
you'd
just
be
that
done.
nothing.
Yeah.
No kids to worry about, no nothing. I don't even think I could go a week or two without the kids, to be honest, because I love them too much.
Yeah, you would lose your mind there too.
But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is I don't think sitting on the beach for a long period of time and doing nothing would be fulfilling enough that at the end of my life I'd be satisfied.
You'd be full of regret.
100%.
You would be full of regret.
And so it's not supposed to be easy.
No. The sooner you come to terms with that, and the sooner you understand that life isn't easy, and the sooner you have a purpose or something that's here to fulfill you, the happier you will be.
I would get wound up working on cars and things, like, because things wouldn't be going the way that you want them to go. You know, like you're trying to pull something apart and it's just really frustrating. And
Oh, you crack your knuckles, you slip this,
whatever
whatever.
it is, you know, like especially doing mechanical type work, getting through that, realizing that at the end of it, especially if it's your own car, like if you're doing it for a living, it's hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're doing it.
Credit.
Yeah, you're doing it for a wage or whatever, and you feel like that's all you can do, and maybe it is. But at the same time, if you're doing it on your own car, the end result of getting behind the wheel and being like, you know, I built this, and having someone come up to you and being like, you know what, man, that's cool. That's why I feel for people so much, where guys will do that and they'll build something that's an extension of themselves or like an expression of their interests or whatever.
No matter what it is, yep.
And then it's to their taste and other people shit can it and like aggressively.
Yeah.
Like really aggressively,
really
especially
call
online.
it out, yeah.
Mate, I'm like, I feel so much for those people.
Yeah, I agree. It's not on.
Because like, I saw one just this morning. It's a guy with a BRZ that he had this like really wild out there Tron looking body kit on it.
Yeah.
I hated the look of the car. It wasn't to my taste at all.
Yeah.
This guy obviously really liked it.
Yeah.
And so he stripped all of that off it and sold it as a standard, or swapped it as a standard car for an R33. And now he's trying to sell the body kit. And the post that I saw is pictures of the car with the body kit on it, and it, yeah, not to my taste. Clearly wasn't to many people's taste, because people absolutely railed this dude online
it's not on.
for how it looked and how shit it was. And then they started getting real personal.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, mate, before you start modding the R33, maybe ask someone else for some advice on how to get it looking right, otherwise it's going to turn into an abortion like that. And there was all these comments that were like that. And I felt like, I actually felt inclined, I normally wouldn't, but I felt inclined to kind of just cane the out of all these people that were giving it to this kid.
Yeah.
And then I saw the comments were turned off.
Yeah.
So I couldn't add anything.
Yeah, so...
But at the same time, like, I felt obliged to call it out, but I also know that calling it out doesn't fix the problem, because then you just become the fodder yourself. And this is where we're coming from. I'm trying to stop that from happening in the first place.
This is exactly what our message is about. Is that, why is this even happening? Where are you at as a person that you feel the need to go out there and put someone else's life work or, you know, creation
Or preference
down?
You do that to someone on their sexual preference and see what happens.
Oh, absolutely.
These
Absolutely.
days. What's the difference?
There's no difference. And
None.
that gets my back up. Seriously, if you have to go online and say that about someone's creation or whatever it is, take a good hard look in the mirror, mate. You need to ask yourself some serious questions.
100%.
100%.
100%. Although I naturally would think, looking at that, well, that's ugly as. It doesn't mean that I have to then go and actually torch the guy over it.
No.
It makes no difference to me. Like, I could turn around and say nothing. The same as if I saw the car parked at a car show, I wouldn't go and find the owner. I wouldn't go through, like, you know, let's say there's 10 people standing around the car. I wouldn't go through and ask them who the owner is to then walk up to him and be like, that's
Yeah, basically. Because that's exactly what you...
bashed as a kid. Like,
Yeah, seriously. Someone dropped you on your head.
yeah, like I wouldn't do that.
No.
So why do it online?
Exactly.
I know why I would do it online, because it's convenient and there's no real outcome.
Yeah, there's no
consequence.
There's no repercussions.
That's right. That's why it happened. I know that.
Yeah, well, we're calling you out because it's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right at all, guys.
It's not right at all. And more to the point, if you are the kid with the BRZ who now has the R33 and you want to come and join someone that's going to support you, whether you want to make it butt ugly or not,
Come reach out.
here we are.
Yeah, we actually want to hear your story. We don't know where the idea came from. There could be a story behind it.
Well,
you have no idea what's behind it.
Myself personally, I had never seen anything like it.
See?
Right? Which means that either it's a really niche body kit that someone's creating somewhere, and I would like to know more about it, just because it is so out there.
So unique.
Or this kid himself created it himself, maybe.
Exactly.
At
What's the story?
Good for you for being so creative.
Exactly. That's what we're here for. We want to hear your stories. This guy, he may have a vision himself that you've just crushed.
Yeah. It's like you're at the car meet and someone does a burnout.
Yeah.
Right? Which is never a good idea, leaving a car meet, really.
Never.
Because no authorities, they don't like that.
No.
Right? What happens next? Every time.
Every time.
You smell the rubber, you hear the tyres, you see the smoke. What happens next? The next guy does it.
Yeah. It's a snowball.
The next guy. And that's what happened today with this poor kid. It was like one person decided to shit can him,
And then everyone jumped on
everyone was
board.
like, oh, here we go.
I got an in. I
saw
have a
memes.
reason.
There was memes like, you know, with crack pipes attached to them, being like, sorry, bro, you dropped this. There was one with Ronald McDonald on the phone. It was like, hello, miss. Yes, your abortion is actually doing something here. He survived, you know, some bullshit like that.
It's like, come on, guys.
Holy shit.
Like, really? But yes, I agree. This is the problem with the culture. It's a snowball.
It happens.
It happens everywhere.
It doesn't happen just in car culture.
It happens everywhere.
But I just think, like, how bad a time are you having yourself personally? Like, is there something we can help you with?
Yeah, seriously.
That you find pleasure in that?
In railing on someone else.
In just it would have taken you less time to keep rolling.
Yeah.
But I know how it works. I know on social media, I'm the guy that stands up and says, man, you know, I put my funny meme up there, and then this is where social media went wrong, because as soon as you could like people's comments, now the guy that puts up the comment and says, you dropped this, bro, with the crack pipe, and 160 people put laughing faces attached to that dude's now validated.
Yeah.
The online culture of, oh, well, I won't see that person anyway, it doesn't matter.
What happens one day if you do?
The best analogy I had for this was, you never stand on someone's head as you climb up the mountain, because you're going to probably need them on the way back down.
Yep. That's a good one. I like that one.
It's spot on.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. Whenever I'm like working with someone, or like when I used to be employed by people, you know, and I didn't get along with someone, or I had an issue with like the manager or whatever, you're like, you know what? You don't tread on this person. You don't bring them down. You don't do that, because at some point on your trajectory up the mountain, you will come back down, you will want people around you to support you while you're going through that tough time. You don't know where that person stands in relation to anything.
Exactly.
We've started accumulating a few parts for our Kingswood panel van.
This bad boy.
Started talking about what we're going to do there. We're trying to decide really on how to go about doing that project, because we've talked about maybe just making it like a static showpiece for a little while, or we've talked about going down the airbag route, because for us that's like the next big thing with that car. We want to use it for a lot of promotional type work, and getting it to that stage where we're happy enough to use it for that is definitely on the cards for the next probably couple of months. I'd say realistically starting somewhere around the middle of the year. How low do you want to see it? How low? Tell me. Tell me in the comments.
Tell us how low you want to see it.
Millimetre measurement.
Yeah.
Because I want it on the ground. That's what I want it.
Well, if you can compete with that, you know, let us know. But that's what we're looking at. So we've got lots happening.
I won't be able to get on the ground, unfortunately, because I don't want to notch the chassis.
Yeah, well, let's just... Either way, this thing's happening as well. So we're all very excited about that.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support that we've seen so far and for catching up on where we're up to here with this project. We've got many more that are on the go at the moment, so make sure that you've hit that subscribe button and you've got your notifications turned on so that as new videos come out, you guys will be able to keep up with everything that's happening, including this VL Turbo project here. So until next time, thank you again, and we'll catch you soon.